In a shock change to 2022, Twitter's terms of service are now being applied evenly, regardless of your position on the political spectrum or your ability to virtue signal. This has unsurprisingly led to quite the bloodbath on the left-handed side of the political divide, as Elon's bloody axe has fallen upon such prominent heads as Ethan Klein of H3H3 Productions, which I keep being told is supposed to mean he, but as I find the man about as amusing as a jalapeno pepper enema followed by an XL dragon dick chaser, I've never quite seen the reference, if I'm to be honest. Anywho, Ethan Klein here decided to get his ass suspended from Twitter because, well, after Elon said this, going forward, any Twitter handles engaging in impersonation without clearly specifying parody will be permanently suspended. Not a new rule, by the way. In fact, this is from 2018. Ethan Klein decided it would be very, very smart indeed to do this. Ethan Klein would not survive long on the savannah, as his survival instincts are not only stunted, they are actually actively screwing him over at this point. And, of course, even though Jeffrey Epstein committed horrible crimes, I do still miss him on nights like this for his warmth and camaraderie. Rest in peace, old friend. Ah yes, a comedic nugget of gold, certain to keep you safe from the censors, because, you know, being funny is all it ever took. Right, Ethan? He also talked about Ghislaine Maxwell, who was also suspended for, well, impersonation, and this one as well. People are going to say the N-word on Twitter. That's a sacrifice I'm willing to accept for the cause of free speech. As you see, Ethan did this in the name of free speech. He wanted to prove to the world that Elon Musk was a hypocrite, you see, and would delete things that he had explicitly said was against the terms of service. How weird. Hell, the weirder part might be Ethan Klein, the free speech extremist, as, here's the thing. People are going to say the N-word on Twitter, and that's a sacrifice I'm willing to accept. As if, Ethan, oh god, we need free speech, and I will protect it to the death, but don't you say that word. Don't you say that word. Because, of course, Ethan Klein is no stranger to the N-word. I would love to play this for you, but we are on YouTube, and I'm literally not allowed to. I hope I will be allowed to on Twitter, however, at some point in the future. Because Ethan Klein is an enormous, hypocritical sack of absolute shit, who has long since made it off the back of, well, this precise humour right here, as you can see. And now that he is already positioned, he is one of the elites, and make no mistake, he is. He would like to pull up that ladder. He would like to make sure that nobody else could do what he has already done and be successful from it. And again, make no mistake, Ethan Klein is amongst the elites of YouTube on social media. Ethan Klein banned after saying Ben Shapiro should be gassed in Holocaust. I would be gone before you could even say, what? If I had even mentioned something similar to this. Ethan Klein was not banned, by the way. He got a 1-week suspension from YouTube, and I'm pretty sure he didn't even serve the full term, because Ethan Klein has power over these institutions, wonderfully demonstrated by what he did for Count Dankula, for example, which, by the way, God, I do not like Ethan Klein, but that was a very nice thing of him, and I can't help but say it, because, you know, that goddamn honesty of mine, etc. Anywho, Count Dankula was demonetized forever. For just straight up, no matter what he uploaded, it was instantly demonetized regardless. He literally told me about this. Uploading like test videos of puppies playing and shit, or just complete silence, everything demonetized. Ethan Klein sent him a message saying, hey, do you want your monetization back? Dankula says yes, and fixed. Why? Because Ethan Klein literally can just call the people in charge and go, hey, do this for me. And Ethan has gotten very, 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 very comfortable with this position of power, which is why he figured that, again, blatantly breaking the rules, Not making clear that he's a parody either, by the way, as we have an example of this here. Griffin has been permanently suspended from Twitter for impersonating. Elon then jumps in with a little joke. Actually, she was suspended for impersonating a comedian. And here you have Griffin, large, clear, bold letters parody, saying, "This is the first time I've made anyone laugh," and Elon Musk replies with a crying, laughing face. This is what it means with making it obvious that you're a parody. Writing it in your bio, Ethan, is not good enough. But the whole Kathy Griffin thing as well, this is what pretty much inspired all of this. So she was kicked off YouTube for impersonating Elon Musk, which you're not allowed to do anymore. You're not allowed to impersonate anyone unless you make it blindingly clear that you're a parody account. By the way, watch out for that one, Dan Killer. I've seen you. And whilst I find it hilarious, I'd recommend adding in a parody tag from now on. And Katie Griffin then went on her dead mother's Twitter account to yell at Elon. Oh. Well, there you go. And again, this is causing a lot of outrage because, again, Elon right now is simply saying, yeah, we've got a terms of service, we've got rules, I'm going to imply it. The moderation system has not changed in the slightest. It is still being enforced in exactly the same system by the same people, in America at least. There's an interesting thing happening in Japan, which we'll touch upon in a separate video, but this is causing all kinds of outrage. This one here, for example. There it is, the owner of Twitter is siding with one political party over another, openly, publicly. Oh my god, it's horrible, it is unprecedented. Elon Musk, to independent-minded voters. Shared power curbs the worst excesses of both parties. Therefore, I recommend voting for a Republican Congress, given that the presidency is democratic. Oh my god, how could this happen? This has never happened before. Oh, that's right. Right. Oh, shit. No, hold on. This was the norm. This is the norm, because, again, Ethan is used to simply getting away with anything. And if he does get caught, and if he does get a slap on the wrist, it is a tiny one, which he knows he can fix almost immediately. But those days are apparently over, and I could not be happier. Could not be more pleased about that. In fact, in an ideal world, screw this whole level playing field thing. After 10 years of the sword of Damocles hanging over my neck and people like me's neck, maybe it's time to reverse the roles just a little bit. Not for 10 years, I'm not cruel, that was an awful thing, but maybe for at least 5, yeah, at least 5. Okay, I'm not just being a sadist here, I have a reason for this, because, again, let me point out something. People are going to say the N-word on Twitter, that's a sacrifice I'm willing to accept for the cause of free speech. We've already talked about how Ethan has no problem with the N-word whatsoever, so long as he can benefit from it. But now that he is at the top, he doesn't want anyone else to be able to say it, because somebody else might be funny. You don't want that, particularly considering how unfunny Ethan is most of the time. And so now, it's a problem. Now we can't say it. Now free speech does not include words that Ethan Klein doesn't like. The hypocrisy is blatant and obvious. And the only way, I believe, people like this will realize, because, again, Ethan is doing this to prove that free speech is under attack on Twitter, by violating the rules and then getting banned for it. I want these people to experience what it is like to have things you are not allowed to talk about. I want them to be on YouTube and have to say, oh, I can't talk about that on Twitter. Oh, I can't say that word on YouTube or Twitter, etc. I can't speak this word. I am not allowed to speak about this subject. Because this is how it is for me right now. There are words I cannot say without putting my channel in risk. There are topics I cannot speak about without putting my channel in risk. And half the time, I'm a generous soul. Half the time, 5 years, I would like for Ethan to experience what that is like. because after 5 years of the sword of Damocles hanging over your head, I'm thinking Ethan, and even people like him, will develop a bit more of an appreciation for the absolute nature of freedom of speech. Not selective speech, not speech that doesn't offend you or that doesn't tickle your pickle appropriately. No, speech in general. But whether it be conspiracy theories or bullshit or goddamn Bigfoot videos, so long as it is not openly defamatory or, well, you know. And hell, you know what? Even this I would defend because it was clearly intended as a joke. Well, in part at least. It is delivered with such deadpan and seriousness it is actually difficult to tell, which is why usually when we tell a joke on this channel, we point it out shortly thereafter, just in case. But beyond these fringe things, these rare exceptions, freedom of speech should be absolute. And again, 5 years of strident, unflinching censorship will teach that lesson better than 1,000,000 words. Am I being cruel? No, I don't think so. I think this is just desserts, frankly, and God, do I hope it'll actually happen, though I will settle for merely having the rules enforced evenly, because I'm well aware that they will see that as suppression as well. I am really enjoying the Elon arc of 2022. Until next time, I've been Arch. Thank you all very much for listening, and I hope to see you all again soon. And we will talk about the thing that's happening in Japan, because it is very interesting from a Twitter moderation standpoint, probably tomorrow. Till then, have a good day.